What's up, Fly Association? Welcome back to my channel. Today, EA Sports released a little bit of information on Madden 16. They released a featured deep dive into connected franchise mode of Madden 16. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I'll also be relating some of the things in this article that I would love to see implemented into MUT, maybe. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. First off, EA titled it by saying we're going back to our roots, back where it all started, back to connected franchise. So obviously EA Sports thought it was a great idea to go ahead and put some time into creating a better created franchise mode this year. I know some people really enjoy that mode because they can't really get into MUT, but they do love playing something other than just regular head-to-head seasons in Madden Ultimate Team. So they start off by saying connected franchise mode is back and it's deeper than ever. Everything in connected franchise mode is done thinking about our players first, which I need them to be like that for Ultimate Team. And they try to make it easier and more deep so that you can play longer and that you can do more things within the mode that allows you to have a lot more fun. So here we go. They got some new features. They have faster play. They allow you to start faster playing. They streamlined it so that you can choose between the cloud and offline, and the cloud will have faster week advances, and you can access the league online and invite your friends. The offline, you still can create multiple offline characters and save the lead, but you cannot contact your friends and work with them like that. You select your team, of course, and then you customize your experience from the beginning. Players start to begin the regular season by default, and you also can begin with a fantasy draft in the preseason. So if you're a player that likes the idea of MUT, but you just can't deal with the head-to-head portion, or maybe building up coins or buying packs, you can go ahead and go into connected franchise mode, start it up with a fantasy roster, and pick some of your favorite players right off from day one of Madden 16's drop, so you can have the team you want and play with it online and offline if you really wanted to. So that's a good little tidbit they put in there. So now they introduced the idea of dynamic drive goals into the game. Each drive goal can be completed for bonus XP or experience and or confidence in connected franchise mode in Madden 16. They are specific goals that are based on certain events to give the players a unique challenge every game. And the goals influence the way you play, and the more goals you complete, the more faster your players improve. Now, I think this is 100% a great idea. This is what I want to see in MUT. I hope they continue this. I hope they give you goals. They started it off in MUT 15 with the objectives, but there's only 3 objectives throughout the whole year. If they can give you objectives like score 50,000 yards in connected franchise mode, passing yards, or score 10,000 rushing yards, and you get XP or something like that, I don't see why they can't put it into Madden Ultimate Team and say, oh, go undefeated in a season, in a head-to-head season, and you get an extra 5 or 10k just for going undefeated. Or maybe score 15 touchdowns within a season. Or if they want to do it even smaller and just say, you know what, let's go ahead and have it get 500-yard passing in a game, we'll give you an extra 1,000 coins on top of your head-to-head seasons reward at the end of each game. So I can see how this can translate into MUT, and I really would like to see it. Even with solo challenges, you can put a goal inside of a solo challenge so that the players can possibly earn more, which I could understand, and it would actually make wanting to play solo challenges a lot more enticing because you actually get something out of it other than the base 1,500, 2,000 coins that they try to give us for the most of Madden 15. Next, in accordance to the goals, they have post-play goal feedback, which tells you how close you are and how much of a XP boost you get in connected franchise mode. They also let you know the progress of your player and how much they upgrade and how much they advance, as long as you are completing these goals. And they have weekly goals, season goals, and milestone goals, so you'll be able to keep track of it after every game. And according to EA, it adds up to a groundbreaking broadcasting experience for the connected franchise mode. Now, they get more detailed into the weekly goals, and they say that weekly goals have been refactored around from the ground up by implementing new quest-like system that chains goals together week to week. These goals are assigned based on performance, position, status, and are both team-based and individual-based. For example, a breakout running back goal may be triggered for a rookie running back that's having a great season. Now, just getting a little bit more in depth with the idea of the goals. Like I said earlier, it's a great idea. If they could do this weekly in connected franchise mode, and then they have some possible way to get it a weekly thing in Madden Ultimate Team, it'd be a great addition to the mode. It's already a great addition to connected franchise mode. I might try to play it a little bit more because this is actually showing improvement, and that's really what I want to see in Madden from year to year, because you only have a year to make the game. So I can understand when you have some shortcomings, but if you can make changes that actually make the game more playable, I can get with it. They say you have goal loading screen. That's self-explanatory. When you load, you can see the goals that you are looking to accomplish within the next game, the next week. Now, also, they added more things to do in connected franchise mode. They streamlined the hub. It's consolidated on the things to do page, which brings information from last year's actions and home to a convenient location. Now, in the screenshot that I'll have on the screen, they created this thing called Visual Team Depth Chart. Now, the Visual Team Depth Chart looks exactly like the depth chart in Madden Ultimate Team for the last 3 games. So I'm hoping that's not what Ultimate Team is going to look like, because it's very basic. It's just the player with the color of the team background that they're on. But I'm sure Madden Ultimate Team will be more extravagant. Now, they say one major overhaul this year is the all-new Visual Team Depth Chart, which allows players to easily see each side of the ball and make adjustments. Your depth chart is the heart and soul of your team, which is why we brought it to the forefront with the team panel. Simply drag and drop players to reorder the depth chart. Now, it looks exactly like MUT. But another thing they added along with the depth chart is basically a MUT card, which is a player card. For each one of your players on your roster, they will now get a player card, and it gives an attribute breakdown without having to scroll left or right on the spreadsheet, which is great, because I don't know about you guys, but I was getting pretty tired of when I play regular head-to-head games or connected franchise. You have to scroll all the way to the end to see hit power, or you have to scroll all the way to the end to see stamina. And if you're online, you really don't have a lot of time to go through and see 1 or 2 of your players' stamina like that. So, and they also highlight confidence on this, something unique to the connected franchise mode. And they have new scouting, so you can look forward to that. Scouting has been reworked from the ground up. They like saying from the ground up in Madden 16. Coaches and owners will see a thing to do item in week 3. The basic concept is that you'll spend scouting points on a player, learn more about their abilities, and decide whether you want to select them in the upcoming NFL draft. I'm feeling like that's like NBA 2K, the franchise mode, because if you go ahead and do that, you can see at the end of the season during the NBA draft, they give you a list of players. You get a scout on them, and the scout come back and say, oh, they're good at defense, they're good at 3-pointers. In this, it'll probably be like, oh, they're fast. He's a ground and pound running back versus a finesse running back, or he's a 3-4 linebacker versus a 4-3 linebacker. So just another thing to make the game seem more like you're actually in the front office during the season. And they've also included combine stats to go along with the scouting, that you can see a player's combine stats like their 40-yard dash, their bench press, their vertical jump, 3-cone drill, 20-yard shuffle, and broad jump. Now, what I would like to see is I'd like to see them add like the combine events into the game. I can't remember what Madden it was. It might have been like Madden 08 or 09, maybe a little bit earlier. They had the bench press and they had the 40-yard dash. And back then I was too young. I could not understand how to do it. But I feel like it'd be a great fun thing to do when you get tired of the regular game modes in it. And they also have draft feedback, lets you know how good of a player you drafted, if it's a good fit for your team. Provides immediate feedback on whether or not you made a good pick. So if you made a bad pick, they're going to let you know. You might lose your job. And if you are online, they have a new member panel that allows you to interact with your fellow league members. You can also see game status when they're online. Sim-a-win. The league commissioners can influence wins by using the league schedule. Sim-a-wins allows you to set the winning team for any game that has not been played. This is huge for the connected franchise people, because a lot of times when you play online connected franchise modes, people have busy schedules and they lose touch with the game, and they just say, you know what, I'm too behind, whatever. So if you have a game against that person and you can't get the week advance because you two can't play the game, so now somebody that is the commissioner of that league can go in and say, okay, he has until September 4th to play. So if he hasn't played by September 4th, then on the 5th his opponent gets the W and you can move on with your franchise mode. And not the last thing, but this is clearly the most important thing that I want to relate back to Mutt. In Madden 16, they have a free practice mode, and in the little excerpt, it says players voiced their desire to practice with their franchise team, so the team went ahead and added a free practice to game prep this year. Coaches and owners can take their teams on the field and experiment by using free practice. When game prep is available during the week, free practice can also be used at no additional cost. Free practice is a great way to look at how your team plays and lets players stray ahead of the curve. Now, if they don't put this in Ultimate Team, one of the biggest disgraces of next year's Madden, because I can't tell you how many countless Mutt 16 wish lists I've seen that have said, let us play with our Ultimate Team, let us play with our Ultimate Team, let us see how our players react before we go on head to head. And this, if they do put it in Madden Ultimate Team 16, it can be huge for players that just want to improve their skills, because solo challenges, you know, they only take you so far. You can't snap the ball when you want to, so you can't get the setup correct, and you learn to adjust to plays like the play action end arounds and the face catching, the up the middle runs, the counter runs. You can adjust to that stuff, so then when you're finally comfortable with your team, you can go ahead and hop on head to head and have some sort of a clue what you're doing, so you don't just get blown out and quit. And I'm pretty sure it will reduce the amount of quitters that we have, maybe even the amount of pause glitchers that we have, because people will have a more competitive edge in the game. And last but not least, they tuned the confidence in Madden 16. This is just for connected franchise. They decreased the amount of confidence changes for every player, which is amazing because they had crazy numbers. You had to get like 6,000 to +1 your speed, but they adjusted rating per position that can go up and down depending on the confidence, and the game prep has been added into it. And small market teams and older stadiums now have money to spend in the off season every year, and that's all they put for connected franchise mode. So there you have it, you guys. I see a lot of things in connected franchise mode that I believe can be a great help in Madden Ultimate Team. So if they release any more information, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for listening to me ramble on this whole time. I'm just excited. Madden 16 is coming. Stay fly, you guys. What's up, Fly Association? It's your boy Ryan. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and share it with your friends. You know, get the word out there because that keeps me motivated, keeps me bringing out great content for you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the video and the annotation on this page. See you next time. Stay fly.
And right here, we see Odell Beckham crossing over the middle. Play the game candidate right there. Huge gain for Odell Beckham. And that's the 85.